Hi everybody, welcome back to Money Meditation. Today I'm doing a bi-weekly budget recap including transaction log and new debt payoff plan. So I'm pretty excited about that and I'm very ready to get to it. Okay, so here we are. We're looking at the 2 weeks between June 21st to July 4th. I started with a beginning balance, regular income of $632.39, my other paycheck of $590.59, which brings me over expected earnings by $142.98. I also have my regular monthly income accounted for, child support and monthly contribution to bills from my fiance, and those numbers are as expected. Then we come down to my savings. I always list my savings first because pay yourself first. We know that. I've got my $80 weekly contribution to the savings account that I use when medical expenses come up for myself or my family. Then I've got my wedding savings. It's just a separate account. It's completely separate. And when I spend money on my wedding, I will be replenishing my funds from that account. That's what I've got going on here. This is replenishment to my accounts from these savings accounts. So last time I had these amounts here. I had spent money from my personal accounts. Now they get replenished from my savings accounts. And these don't really count against my budget. It's just for the sake of recording so that I don't forget to make those transfers. So $221.32 went back into my account from my medical savings account. And my wedding spending, I actually returned some of those items, and that's why this amount doesn't match. Next, we come to bills due during this period. I had my vehicle insurance, my mortgage payment, my electric bill, and my phone bill, which I almost forgot. So you can see that I added it down there in the bottom. And my phone bill gets paid through my U.S. bank account. That is the account that I am currently putting the most money toward. It's got the soonest ending zero interest promotion. Now, before I get too much farther, we're going to take a look at my debt payoff plan. These are my debts. Now, there are a couple of debt payoff methods. There's the debt snowball and the debt avalanche. I'm not really using either of those. I'm using more of a chronological method right now. And I tried to look that up and see if it's got a particular name or if it's a real strategy. And it really doesn't, but chronological is the best word for it. What I need to do is I need to get, these are all zero interest, and I need to get these paid off before that promotion ends so that I don't incur unneeded interest. Instead of doing smallest to highest or instead of doing highest to lowest interest, I'm doing in order by basically due date. So here's what I figured. I already budget $75 a week into additional debt payment. Only looking at that total, it would take me 3.5 years at my current rate. I have 15 months. So this is not going to be enough. I'm going to have to do more. My new challenge is going to be figuring out where that money is coming from. First things first, I've got to pay off this U.S. bank account. If I'm paying $300 a month, that's going to be easy. I will easily get this paid off in time by October. After that's done, I'll need to tackle my Capital One accounts. Now, basically, I took these two accounts and I just lumped them into one figure. I've got 6 months to do it after October. That would mean I would need to pay $865 a month. I don't think there's any way that I can pay $865 a month. Here's where it gets worse. I'll only have 2 months after that. And as if $865 wasn't bad enough, in order to pay that off in time, I would need to pay over $2,000 a month for those last 2 months to get that paid off. Now, if I could manage to pay $2,000 a month, then after that, I would feel like $982 would be a breeze. But that is not going to happen. So my debt payoff plan is still to tackle these in order chronologically, to pay everything that I can, any additional income, anything that I manage to save and not spend, and put it at these debts so that I can get them out of the way as soon as possible and move on to the next. I am really worried about how I'm going to be able to do this. The first thing I need to do is just breathe. And the second thing I need to do is make a payment. And I will do those two things over and over again until we get to the end. I just remind myself that the end of this timeline, yes, it is going to come. Almost certainly without this balance being paid in full. There's going to be something left. And I'll transfer it again. I've got a year before that time comes, and I am sure there will be another way for me to manage at that time. Until then, I'm just going to do the same two-step process over and over again. I'm going to breathe, and I'm going to make a payment. And we're going to whittle this down. So far, this is my plan. When I am thinking about how great of a plan this is, it's not so much a plan as, I don't know, like a fantasy. I don't know how that would be possible. But you know what? Stranger things happen, and this is something I got to tackle. So this is the closest thing to a plan I've got. This is my debt payoff plan. Just when I was feeling particularly discouraged, I come over here and I see my spending, my debt payment budgeted amount, my total, okay, and then 60151, right? So we come over here. You guys, this is where it's getting good. I've got my beginning balance, my income, my savings, my bills, my debt payment, my spending. I've got $281 left in a surplus. Now, if you watched my last video, you saw what my new plan for surpluses is. And with this beginning balance, I should more often have a surplus than not. So I'm going to take that surplus, divide it in half, put $140.66 to debt, and $140.66 to beginning balance. Let's go back here again. $140.66 to debt. Okay, that's on top of my spending that I'm reimbursing myself. My $150 for my debt payment. Now I've got an additional $140 for debt payment. So I've almost doubled my debt payment with really no pain. I'm taking it from my surplus and I'm giving myself a beginning balance, a head start at a surplus for next month. $742.17. All right. So I'm going to take that amount, and this is so exciting. I hope you're excited for me. I'm excited. $742.17. Okay. Minus $208.70. That leaves me $533.47. I had $487.52 left on that U.S. bank account. So here, let's do this one. $487.52 to pay off my U.S. bank account. So here, I just paid an account off last month, and now I'm paying off this U.S. bank account. It's due in full in October. That account is gone. and I still have $45.95 left from this $742. So now at this point I realize that this $288.24 is still just sitting here. Came from this spending over here. So I spent this on my credit cards and I took it out of my savings account to reimburse myself. But what I haven't yet done is paid my credit cards. So this is here. So I'm going to take that with the $45.95. Got an additional $334.19 to get paid. Kind of a mess. That's okay. So really, that is some crazy, crazy progress. I've got the US Bank card totally paid off, and I'm going to pay $334.19 to my Capital One account right now. And the next time you see me, I will be so much closer. What we'll do next time is I'm going to actually have to update this debt payoff plan, I think. US Bank is already gone. Already gone. I can't believe it. Holy cow. This is crazy. Okay, well that does it for today. Honestly, I was not expecting to already pay off my first credit card so quickly. I just made that debt payoff plan and then went into my budget and I couldn't believe it. So as pessimistic as I felt for a moment, I actually am leaving here ending up feeling quite optimistic. We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks, but I just can't wait to find out. If you want to find out with me, definitely hit that subscribe. If you like the video, click like. If you think it'll help anybody else, please share. And I can't wait to be back and see what next week brings. I hope you'll join me. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.